Hello, art lovers. This is going to be a really fun lesson, very inspiring, hopefully, if you're an older student. This is really geared to older students. So let's go ahead and get started. Um, Whoops. We're going to go ahead and get started right now, and this will probably work better. Okay, here we go. This is on pen and ink drawing. And what do you need to start? It's a great source of media. Mixed media is one of my favorite things to do in art. What do you need to start? You need to choose pens that are waterproof and have waterproof ink. The best ink pens I know are called the repeatograph pens, and they're for professionals, but any kind of a waterproof pen will really work, especially if you're just beginning. When you start out, any quality of watercolor will do. However, as you explore this type of art, quality watercolors are the best. I like Winsor Newton or Van Gogh. Finally, very important, always use quality paper of at least 150 pound. Usually I have a fine tooth to it, a little bit of texture. You don't want to have a wonderful picture fall apart. You want to have something that you're going to keep. Now, do your drawing, and this is a really cool drawing of the top of the tree spelling something, the bottom of the tree spelling something, and you can read what it is. And first, you want to do your pen and ink drawing. Which picture of the eye do you like the best? Which one do you think is the most evocative, causing you to think about things? And which one could you add beautiful color to? One of my students did this, and here we have a pen and ink drawing, and then we have the color added to it. So it's all done in pen and ink and black and white, and then you have a film, a small film of color over it. Albeck Dürer was famous for his use of drawing and paint together, and this is one of his pictures called The Hare. The closer the lines are together, the darker the value. Tolkien was not only a brilliant writer, but an artist as well, and he did illustrations of his books, as well as many other artists also illustrated his books. You can also use colored ink. You can use salt or alcohol. Once you get your drawing done, you might want to use salt or alcohol to get a cool effect like these bubbles. You just do some experimenting. Always experiment not on your original picture. Don't experiment about how the color is going to look on a picture that you've spent a couple hours getting a perfect pen and ink drawing. Experiment on another piece of paper. See what you want to do with it if you like the way the colors react, and then do it. Here we have two more pictures. Jesse Wilcox Smith on the picture on the right was a mixed media artist and illustrated not only Red Riding Hood, Heidi, just many books, um, Alice in Wonderland, and she was very famous for her use of charcoal and paint and watercolor, and she just used mixed media. One of my students did this picture. As you can see, you have your beautiful ink drawing, very much in detail, and then you have your color added to it. Now, these pictures, this is a picture by Doré, and the picture is called The Creation of Light. Do you think he's captured the creation of light in the picture on the left? What colors would you use in watercolor to make this picture come to life even more? The picture on the right is by Tolkien. Now, the very famous Albeck Dürer was a master artist, and his rhino here is just very famous. And the four horsemen of the apocalypse on the other side, very famous. You have your ink drawing, and you have your woodblock print where you're just using line, but then you can put color along with it. So your assignment is to do a line design in black ink pen. Now, again, this doesn't have to be a very expensive ink pen, but it does have to be waterproof. You can do it in pencil first and then go over it with your ink pen. You can use cross-hatching. You can use stippling, which is the little dots. Be original. When completed and it's all dry, you want to add watercolor paint. You can blot the watercolor as long as you use really good paper. You can do pretty much what you want with the watercolor. And you want to experiment with technique. This might be your very favorite. You know, a lot of times artists have favorite mediums that they work in. Some like watercolor, some like acrylic paint, some like markers or just drawing. You know, so you just have to decide what you like the best. So this gives you a little bit of an idea. Get yourself your paper and get started on an original pen and ink drawing with watercolor. Experiment. You can even experiment when you do your watercolor with your blow hair dryer and blow the colors around on top of your ink. And that's a really fun thing to do too. So enjoy art, and I want you to really enjoy this video. See you next time.